don't know, I think it was maybe before the pandemic or thing, before the quarantine thing. So it was kind of like one time ago. And we finally decided to make it real. So again, hello everybody. Today there will be like different kind of talks about the game and stuff. And first of all, I want to like say, make some like things, make some. First of all, excuse me for my broken language, because again, I need to start to switch correctly. So we will have drops. Actually, drops are enabled on this podcast, and this is new type of drops called drops 2.0, and you will not have the label drops enabled. So don't be afraid, because this is like actually we are testing this drops 2.0, and it will be like you will receive time-based drops as it was before, like classic drops, and also there will be event-based something drops. I don't know exactly what it is. People like from my team just asked me to test these things, so I don't have any additional buttons to give you drops, and I actually don't know what actual drops will be in this dropsy. So let's have a seat and wait for your drops. At least something you will get from this podcast. So what should I tell more? Today there will be some leaks. Like it will not be so much. There will not be videos and stuff, because we decided to keep something secret, just to reveal them later, and you will receive this wow effect, like something, an element of surprise. Because the next patch 12.9, it will be not like big patch as it was like in the last year. It will be just a good patch. Why? Because we don't have so much time left, actually, because 12.8 was done like just before, like I think it's months ago or something, and we kind of made a lot of things this year, a lot of patches this year. We like kind of made a record in terms of patches, their quantity and their quality. So we are kind of not like exhausted, but kind of tired. And most of all, we decided not to crunch a lot before the end of this year, because this year was kind of heavy for everybody. And we decided just to make a good patch with a good amount of content, good amount of fixes, and another pack of quality of life updates. And finally, I hope we will fix the late spawn issue, because we decided to rewrite all the stuff related to late spawning and spawning itself. I will probably tell more about this new system later, not on this podcast, but later. But most likely we will get rid of late spawning issue. So the thing is that everybody will spawn at the same moment. And if you will not, like for example, if you are in a party and have a slow PC and your loading is too slow, you will get kicked, unfortunately. And just to keep the system intact, to spawn everybody at the same moment. So the main reason why you got desynchronized in terms of time of spawning is because you have different types of PCs, different configurations, and you need different time to load in. So that's why somebody with SSD loads much more faster than that guy who plays on the microwave. So okay, like this is a pretty like common things in terms of loading, and that's why we need to synchronize everybody. So I will tell you more about it like later. Maybe we will make another podcast and I will tell you about it more. So so leaks, yeah, there will be leaks. We will talk about them later. What's going on right now? I will just say in shortly what's going on right now. So partially I said about it. We are preparing 12.9. And the thing is that we need to freeze all of the commits. I will try to sound more professional, like a real game developer. So we need to freeze all the code stuff just to make sure that everything will be tested properly and released properly and in time. Because usually the New Year's Eve, it's like an ultimate deadline. You can't just delay things. If you decided to make something before New Year's Eve, you can't just delay things like after New Year. That will be a total failure. And that's why we need to freeze things, not the game, freeze features and fixes a month, for a month before the release, to test things out. So what things we are working right now? First of all, this is as I told you, late spawn fixes and different kind of networking fixes and stuff. So to make sure that the network will be better eventually, and the content, there will be a pretty big amount of content. It will be new weapons, new, as always, like weapons, skins, clothing, gear and stuff. Hopefully we will add the face selection screen. So finally the PMC will have different kind of faces to select on the start, and we will make it like the voice selection, just drop down in your options to test different heads of your character. Hopefully we'll make this, because we have a lot of heads and faces ready for PMC. And the Woods expansion, we will talk about it more. The Woods expansion is not like just an expansion, it's total rework of the location. It will be different in many things. It will be expanded by 2 times, maybe even 2.5 times, like a really big location. And it will be like a new location, much more places to visit, much more tactical battle combat situations that you can encounter on this location. Also, what's more, like a bunch of quality of life fixes and a different kind of fixes that we always try to make it as much fixes as possible, especially when we make some patch. A lot of bugs, new bugs pops out, so we need to fix them all again. I know the perfect term for it: reoccurring bugs. So like it's a pretty common things in any software development. That's it. Actually, this is short list what we plan at 12.9. As you can imagine and feel, it's soon, pretty soon, because I think right now it's 25th of November. So actually we don't have time. And I don't know how we will be in time for that. Okay, let's hope everything will be fine and we will not die of ultimate crunching. There is one game in the world right now. They are experience ultimate crunching. You know what's the game is this?
Minecraft?
No, Minecraft. Come on, Clean. You know that game. Everybody talks about that game. Come on. It's from Europe too.
Cyberpunk.
Yes.
Cyberpunk. Yeah.
So like, best of luck to CD Projekt Red. I know how it is right now. It's pure hell, and I know what it is. So
they have big pressure too, because it's a new genre for them.
Like super big pressure, and I totally understand that the tension is so high. Actually, that we just don't want to have such kind of pressure, but that we have on 12 or 0.12 patch, for example, and 0.11 patch. So it was so much pressure and so much things. So that's what I wanted to tell about the 12.9. Of course, like a lot of people working on Streets of Tarkov location, and this is the most like important location, like the biggest, and etc. But we for this like period of time starting from this March, like the quarantine period, like pandemic period, we like hired 30% more level designers and environment artists just for the Streets of Tarkov location. And I hope for like till the end of this year, we will give you some more about this location, some new stuff, some new information, some new materials. I don't know, we will see. And you will, like, today there will be 2 screenshots of like indoor locations, just to understand the level of detail that we try to achieve. And I will tell about it more. And that's it, actually. So guys, the next thing that I wanted to say is about like current patch 12.8, 12.8.2 actually, and which brought us a couple of new features like heavy bleeding and stuff. So I wanted to hear you out. What do you think about it? How it went, and what's like okay, what's not. And the thing is, like, the general idea of today's podcast for me is to start gathering the information about every aspect in the game. And for the next year, and for this like the next month till the end of this year, I will start the process, like the pre-production. I don't know how to tell it exactly. So it will be the total rebalance and total overhaul of every aspect in the game to make it more
Polished?
more polished, more finalized, and to have the representation of the game for the final release. So all the features, all of the stuff, quests, items, economy, traders, locations, weapon characteristics, everything will be rebalanced with your feedback, not like just only streamers and content makers, but the players too, to make the game not perfect, but like polished, without any questionable mechanics, questionable parameters, questionable characteristics, to finally have this like overhaul that we all wanted, especially for quests, I think. So that's why I will gather all the information, and we'll be glad to hear you out, all of your ideas, all of your like complaints and stuff, to start like building some plans and some like actions to finally polish the game, the inner side of the game. This is it. Who will be first?
Eeks, why don't you go ahead?
Okay. You guys added the new mechanic for the the compass, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So the compass right now, a lot of veteran players don't really use it, but the newer players are using it a ton, I'm noticing. And it's a really good item for them to have, especially early game. But the problem is it's locked behind Jaeger, and it is 134,000 rubles. So my big thing was, have you guys thought about giving it as a reward for the first few quests so that new players can use it early?
Mm-hmm. That's pretty not a bad idea. Actually, we plan to rebalance the initial packages of items based on different type of versions of the game, and we wanting to add the compass in some packages at first. I just remember that, but the idea to have like the compass more available for the newcomers, I think it's a good idea.
What about a quest reward?
Or quest reward, yeah.
Yeah, one of the
yeah.
first few quests,
Yeah.
Saluas or something, you get that too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it could just be like after you get the pocket watch, here's the compass. Easy.
Okay.
So it could
Yeah.
be anything.
That with a map could be great. The maps in game, I've never actually used a map, but with the compass, maybe there might be something there for a new player. Good point.
Also, like the compass slot is like will be a universal slot for some kind of devices, like items, for example, the GPS tracker, the binoculars, even. So it could be used. It will be used as like the protected slot for different kind of devices.
Radio?
And, radio. I think radio will have another protected like slot too. So the idea to have this unlootable slots, like for example, we want to add the armband slot is also to be unlootable, because usually why should like we lose this thing, because like every time we need to buy it again or something, and why should we need to loot it actually from the dead body? So I think it's totally okay to have a protected slot for it too.
Geeks, anything else? How's your experience with 12.8 so far?
12.8's been good. I've been like the quality of life changes that came with it were unreal, right? I know you guys did just change the filter by item and link search. I thought it was fine, but I know you guys did have a lot of complaints about it. And it's like you listened to them and you changed it back for them, right? So that was a really great thing. I think the heavy bleeds have been awesome. They're really balanced. It's not like you get them all the time. I think it's really well balanced with how many times you do get them. So it's not like every time you get a bleed, it's heavy. Yeah, I play this game a ton. I'm enjoying it, but yeah, it's definitely right now we're just at a lull right now, and I can't wait for the Woods expansion for sure. I'm really excited.
Would you change anything, or is there like a much needed, thing you'd rather have in the game? Whatever it
right
might be.
Now, yeah. Right now, I kind of see it as just like a work in progress, and I know Nikita's doing, and the team is doing what they're doing. I definitely do think the economy does need a rework. Clean was talking about it before the podcast, and I agree with some of the things he was saying for sure. Right now, I'm just really happy with 12.8, and I'm really excited for the armor to come out. I think that's going to change the game so drastically with the hitboxes that I think it's going to be a good thing for not only the people that do play this game a lot. It's going to be good for the casuals too.
Agreed.
Yeah,
that's going to be a really unique feature. It's going to make everything like it'll make like hollow point SMGs viable for like non-leg meta playstyles and stuff. It'll just increase the diversity.
We started to make this big feature like customizable rigs and new type of armor in the game in hitboxes. We started it like I think at 12.7, but we did some things. We did the pre-productions phase. We started to make like backend part of it, but we put it on hold because we don't have so much, client coders here, and we just need to make some fixes and stuff. So that's why we will continue to do it. I think maybe this year or right after the next year, like early next year. So this is like one of the major features of the game. So it definitely will be in the game, and it definitely will change the game meta, especially about armor and stuff. So yeah, and just want to mention that we are not like we're still on this. We planned this feature, and it's just a matter of time when it will be in the game. Also, I forgot, I need to say about drops on this podcast that you guys will receive like some kind of button, claim. You need to press claim to receive item. So if I don't know where exactly.
It's at the top of the Twitch. I had it happen earlier.
Okay.
It'll be at the very top of the Twitch chat.
Okay.
You got something?
Yeah, I got something.
Yeah, I did too.
Nice.
I was like, I have to claim that.
Where's my thing?
I got
need it.
whiskey. I got some
I
whiskey.
need it so bad.
Have you been noticing?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Have you been noticing with the less players, there's less cheaters now? How is that going with
No, less players. No way. The amount of players is still the same. Like we have like the core. Of course, when we have patches, we have big promotions. Sure. We have like the blast, like the peaks of players.
Yeah.
But lately, for the half of the year, it's the same stable amount of players, and it's pretty big actually. It's near 100,000 online. So it's keeping the same level all the time. Why you encounter less cheaters? Because there is a lots of bans. There's a lots of things going on between us, Spotify, and different kind of things that I don't want to disclose. So it's just a big amount of work related to cheaters and to combat different kind of cheating software. So the report, the report thing right after the match is working perfectly, especially when we have an automated pipeline between us and Bodilai. So things will get better and better and better. Of course, you can encounter cheaters in the game. Report them. Don't forget. Just report them. That's all you need to do. And if you are not a good person and report everybody, you can go ahead and continue to do that. Most likely, you are off the system in terms of reporting stuff. Your votes will not be included in final gathering of the information that we sent to Battle. So yeah, continue. Report suspicious people. Suspicious, not like, oh, he's 100% cheater. If you have encountered something suspicious, just hit the report button and that's it. Also, report bad nicknames. It's also working. Like for today, we temporarily banned and renamed a lot of bad nicknames. I read so much really stupid and bad nicknames, like they try to say something. I don't know. Like they just, I don't know. I don't understand what kind of person you need to be to play with such kind of nicknames. And I can't tell you actually about these nicknames more because it's
don't say them. They're horrible.
We play online video games. We know.
Yeah.
We've all seen it.
The day you put that in, the report nickname thing, me and Clean were playing together and we reported each other because the report thing was where the invite thing used to be. I reported all of my friends on that day. Yeah, I know you fixed it, but it was just funny.
Again, not be afraid about excessive reports by somebody. Of course, guys, all of you playing EFT professionally. I can say that. You play EFT professionally. And of course, I'm sure that you have a lot of reports on you, especially when you play good. Yeah, so it's totally okay. It's perfectly seen when they have a suspicious player and they have a lot of reports on them. We have a lot of information, additional information about his suspicious behavior, different kind of statistics that we gather on the server and stuff. So we have a pretty clear picture that this one is just a good player and this one is definitely cheater. So we need to send it to the Battle Eye and they will do their trick and find not only the cheating software that he is using. Of course, there is some kind of private cheats or stuff, but also his friends, his address, social security number. I'm joking, of course. So all information is getting needed information is getting gathered through the system. So it's working, and I'm pretty happy with the performance that we have on that purpose. What's more? Who's next?
Aqua, why don't you go?
Oh, well, I'm not a very critical thinker when it comes to the game. I'm more of a surface level kind of guy.
Give us a glimpse of your
Okay, the star ammo. I had a lot of issues with that, especially as a factory dweller, a man of the factory, an honest factory worker. The star has been extremely abusive to me and what I represent as a Tarkov player. I know it's been nerfed a little bit, but Factory is a different place. I'll just say that. My home, I don't recognize it anymore. But that's my main takeaway from this patch.
Yeah.
But everything else I like. I like the bleeding. The scav, the Hessily mentioned this to me just now, actually, as well. A scav run, if you get a heavy bleed, you're in
big trouble.
Deep doo-doo. Yeah.
You're done.
That's another interesting little thought. But yeah, everything else I've been enjoying. The star is fun. When you're on the other side of that star, it can be a good time. Yeah. But yeah, that's my main thing.
I understand perfectly, and we kind of predicted the impact this round will have on a player society, and actually it's used like in real life, and everybody started using it in close quarters, and it's kind of okay. But again, yes, it needs to be tweaked and nerfed, and it was nerfed like 2 times, I think, and also we nerfed the amount of restock amount that you can buy from the traders and increased price. So again, it needs to be more. So I don't know, like maybe other guys doesn't have such problem with it. I don't know.
I don't. Most of the time when I get like somebody peeks a corner and shoots me with it, I usually end up killing them. Like I'm blind, but they're dead. That's what happens to me a lot. But it definitely can get a little. If like there's 2 people with those shotguns, you're in for a rough time seeing anything.
Yeah, I'm just blind and dead. So
yeah, usually.
Yeah.
Takes me a little longer to aim there clean. So like, it's usually I don't even get to see the light of day again after being starred. It's really sad.
Dude, sometimes I feel like, dude, when they don't take you out right away, I have a feeling they're just running around in circles around me. Like look at this guy,
Oh, they're just relishing in it. They love it.
And it becomes awkward.
Being voyeurs.
And I just, on it. Yeah, I'm just praying for that headshot.
I have noticed though, since it's like they're not new anymore, I noticed a lot less people running around with them though.
Yeah,
like when they first came out, it was such a meme and everyone wanted to get you with it, and now it's just like, it happens, but not as often as it was before.
Well, that's a new patch. Like it's a new item, everybody wants to use it. Yeah. It's just the hype.
Yeah.
I do love the shotgun though. That thing is great. It's so much fun. It's a nice little gap closer too for the big geared scary people. That'll take them down. It's pretty nice.
So like in general, you liked the idea that we have some special things in the game that you can be used especially.
Oh, they're special, all right. Yeah.
Yes. But actually, like the idea to add something interesting and like non-typical for the shooter genre, like special ammunition, special weapons that could be used very, very specially. The door breachers and stuff, and like satchel charges and camera drones and stuff, and other things.
Do I even dare ask?
Motion sensors.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah. Bicycles.
Yeah.
Fire shaving. So like a lot of things.
I want a bike.
Just like rolling up on reserve.
The thing is, like many of these features can be added in 2 or 3 or 4 days, but it require some kind of rush for the worker, for those who will make it real in the game, and they need some kind of like the positive impact. Just I want to make the special grenades or something. I want to finally add the underbarrel grenade launcher, but for some reason this guy is too exhausted to work on the current issues of the game, so he just don't have a power, like the will to finally make this small feature. That's why we have a lot of things that we want to add in the game, and eventually some of them are getting inserted in the game in some patches. For example, like this star round or grenade launcher, like that we have in the game right now, or the static weapons, or the mine fields, or sniper fields, or like something that we try to add every single time. That's just to change the meta, change the typical process of playing of the game. And still, there is so much time past, like almost 5 years, and it's still there is a lot of things to do. And I think the next year we will try to make as much as possible, because we need to complete the game, to make it released, and have a DLC plan or something, and move on. And this is the most important thing for us. We need to complete the game. That's why I started to talk about this rebalance stuff, because actually we wanted to have it this year, and Streets of Tarkov this year, and rig customizations this year. But I will tell, of course, about the pandemic and distant work and stuff, but I will not tell it, and I will not put the power in these words. And I will just say that it was too difficult for us to make such a big amount of changes, such a big amount of quality of life changes and fixes, especially when the game tried to be broken right after every patch, and we need to several weeks to gather things up and fix all the recurring bugs. This just not an easy process for us to add something. For example, we added rechamber options, like rechamber and different hotkeys for this additional mechanics. They're not being used actually in the wide audience, in the wide amount of players, but we like spent so much time, so much willing power to complete these features, like, and we actually shifted and delayed the update 12.8 update just because of this hotkey features, rechamber, like chamber check and stuff. So we just decided, okay, it will be pretty simple for us to add this hotkeys, but it
was not simple.
Yeah,
that they found out
so easy, and that's why we need to complete them. How we could there was the moment, like I said, okay, let's forget about these features, let's remove them, but they touched a lot of inner things in the game, and these inner things were rewritten in terms of connecting all these pieces together. And that's why it's so heavy and so difficult for us to make some new things in the game when we have all of this like miles of code and all of this ancient evil code also. So that's the most difficult part of our current work. Like the process, not easy at all, because we need to change many things, and we need to cancel even some of the features, because we decided we know that the simple testing of that features will take a lot of time, working hours for us to do. So most likely something will be delayed again. So yeah, perfect balance. To find the perfect balance, it's such a big project in the live environment, especially when we are kind of working so much time on it. So yeah, and that's what I wanted to tell about it. I think this is a perfect moment for us to show some
leaks.
Yeah, some guys in the chat writing different kind of stuff, like, where is Steam Audio? Steam Audio was bugged with the new update, with the new engine update. Steam Audio was bugged. It's not our cause. It's not about us. It's about the Steam Audio developers. They are working right now to fix Steam Audio, and this performance boost was not about Steam Audio. Steam Audio just broken, and we need to be fixed. Yeah, this is a screenshot of Woods expansion. As you can see, this is the typical view of the Woods location, but we added a big Emercom base
You get like DayZ vibes from this. This looks awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think it really, fills the gap nicely.
Yeah, there's a lot of dead space.
Yeah.
There will be several landmarks of such kind of this location, and the location will be much, much bigger. And I decided just to show you 2 screenshots. I have more, but I decided to show you 2 screenshots just to like tease you a little. So most likely on the next podcast we will show you some video or something about this location because it's almost ready.
Running through that field, I won't get shot as much now.
Nikita, when you started this project with your team, what was the feeling you wanted Woods to have? Like, what did you what did you and your team talk about for, your strategy to transform Woods?
Actually, the woods itself, it's a pretty strange location. I personally made all of the stuff on the woods right after it was tweaked by many people, but the initial layout, the initial terrain were made by my team lead, level design team lead, and all of the stuff, all of the models, all of the props were made by me. And it was like I really didn't have an idea what should I do, because the idea was to make the sawmill or something, and just to have some kind of woods environment, and that's it. So there were no specific idea and specific thing about this location. It was just about let's make something that will be with forest, with trees, and we have an open scale areas and stuff. And right now it's being done as it should be, with the idea, with the landmarks, with the replayability and stuff. So at first it was just an experimental map. Right now it's more complete, finalized map that will be interesting to play with, especially with the bosses. With the boss will be spawned in different places and stuff.
So the G28.
Yes, the G28 Heckler Koch. There will be new DMR. I don't know when, but it's ready actually. The model is ready.
Looks good.
But it's just to the part of it, of course.
And we have what appears to be a scope of some sort.
Yeah, it's a micro red dot.
Okay. Yeah. It's Acro, Aimpoint Acro. This is one of my favorite scopes. I have it in real life. It's really good.
It's nice. Yeah, a lot of my shooting buddies use them on their Glocks.
I use it on the rifle. I'm pretty comfortable with it. Even have this big MO8 dot, but it's pretty.
Oh, that's cool.
An attachment that I would use consistently.
Oh
nice.
God, dude.
Aqua doesn't care about the stats. He's just like,
yeah, I just
pretty.
like that.
It's so pretty.
I'll buy that for every gun it fits on.
I think the main concern right now are those skins, or is it just a unique item? Maybe a scav boss uses it.
It's just a testing thing. It's a mask to test skins, to test different camouflages. So it will not be in the game like you see it, but.
No.
But I know we can make a poll. Do you want such kind of muzzle
boss camo?
It would be great eventually to have a feature where you could just go to the trader and be like, "Hey, mechanic, I want my gun to look like this," and you can have different options for skins and Cerakotes and stuff like that.
I do love how Reshala has a special golden TT. I think that would be really cool if the guns from the scav bosses, aside from the attachments, maybe a different skin of some kind would differentiate a boss's gun. I think that would be neat. I love that kind of stuff, but I'm pretty easy to please. But
it's all about the personalization.
Yeah, I think that's cool.
Yeah. People like that.
This West, as I told in some old podcasts. We will add the low tier items, scav items in the game, cheap Wests. They look like shit, but really cheap. But it's just to fill the gap of low tier items. Low
Yeah,
tier.
give some diversity. Yeah, looks good.
I swear I've seen that on like an airsoft website before.
Yeah, actually, this is like the really, really cheap and simple vest. These are like we are working on the customizable rigs. We always looking like lately when we are actively developing it. Like we still trying to figure out how exactly we should put real items into the pouches.
Mhm.
How it will be like, especially when we need to put different kind of magazines, different kind of items. And that's why we like looking for the perfect solution for it.
So I have a question regarding the modularity of vests and rigs in the future. Are we going to be able to like change pouches or just add armor?
Change pouches. The first thing is we have a fully customizable rig. We have all of the molly like pattern molly straps, and we have a lot of different kind of pouches, and we will need to combine them and have like the total exact representation of your space in this pouches. And of course also you'll be able to add different kind of armor plates, and there will be some limitation, of course, because we can't just make it like in real life, especially when we have a lot of platforms of rigs. They use different kind of approaches to store your items, to store your like flaps, or like actually to remove or change your armor or change your like key elements of your gear. But we will try to make it as much universal as possible. I perfectly see how it will be, because I think it will be really interesting. I don't know, maybe there will be some visual issues with clipping, of course, but again, it will be really interesting, especially when you will have the rig presets too, so we will be able to save your loadouts fully, and not to like.
Will we be able to do that with magazines and meds and ammo in the future, to where we can be like
the ultimate preset of your character? It's also planned. So you will, you'll have a preset of your character with your clothing, gear, weapons, everything.
Yeah, that'll be great.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Also, another. Sorry, our geeks go.
No, you can go first.
I just wanted to ask, like, the different types of pouches for reloading. Are they gonna, increase speed like the fast pouches?
Yes. Like the thing is that we will have the fast access zone, for example. When you place your pouches in that location, you will have the bonuses to
Nice.
First. Second is different kind of pouches, closed pouches, pouches apps, pouches like open type, open carry, like fast grab things, like HGI pouches. They will also give you the boost to like operation with them. And if you will use your pouch as like not intended, for example, you will store not like magazine but like slickers, for example, you will receive the penalties. So you need to actually understand and use properly your pouches.
So does that mean that the layout of your rig is going to change depending on where the pouches are?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Cool. It's also a customizable thing where you can make like a really like load bearing rig with a lot of pouches. It will be not comfortable. It will be heavy, but you will be able to store as much tushonka as possible. So yeah,
only the good stuff.
Yeah, and all of the old rigs, they will still be in the game. At least they will become obsolete, but because they are pretty good modeled actually, and we don't want to remove them like instantly when we will implement this new feature with customizable rigs.
This
picture
is this Era Precision 9mm?
No. It's like kind of like the hand guard is kind of how
Arrow
precision. Yeah, Arrow precision hand, but it's like, I think it's a ripoff. It's a Russian firm. They made
Okay.
ARs, 9mm ARs, and they ask you to add this.
I have the exact handguard on my AR-15. That's why I asked.
Most likely, it's just a ripoff. Usually they just copy things and copy like the good things.
Will this take Glock magazines? I imagine.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Nice. Just 9mm?
Yes, it's 9mm.
I love using 9mm in the game. There's just something about it. It's just so fun.
MP5 SD, dude.
Buttered.
Yeah,
Using a
dude.
buttered out MPX feels so good. It's
Yeah, all of them are just fun. I don't know. I can't explain it.
So to go back, I'm sure Aqua is interested too. You were talking about that skin on that muzzle brake. So you're working on camos. Is that something you're working on? Like, are you wanting to bring some sort of camos to the game?
It will definitely be in the game. Like, we have ongoing tasks, like R&D tasks, for example. We want to remake like the wetting process with the drops of water of the rain on your rifle. We want to remake it to look it more real. Of course, it will bring us to a different kind of features like dirt on your weapon, scratches, like overall durability, visual issues, and camouflages too, because it's all like linked together. And right now it's more research work to have a perfect understanding and perfect plan and task to do. So right now we are not like, it's not like planned for the near patches, but it's getting to be like ready to produce. This one is just another reinforced backpack. I don't know, maybe we'll implement some kind of additional level 2 armor to it.
Oh god.
To cover
backpack armor.
Turtle.
Yeah. Because we actually has a lot of backpacks, and all it's like all the same. They change their inner size, but again, like the same backpacks. We decided to make something interesting with them.
Yeah.
Again, it's also on like the research state, so it's just an idea.
Okay, moving on.
Just a picture. It's just some kind of mechanism of some weapon. I don't know even what weapon is this. Oh, it's inner mechanics of PM pistol.
Okay.
We will remake it because actually we don't have a proper model of Makarov pistol, because like it's based off signal pistol, like not flare pistols, like how to say it, like pistol that shoot blanks only, and it's not correctly modeled, so we will remake the Makarov pistol and all of the mechanics in it.
Will it kill people better after?
Probably not.
Some Soviet era collimator sight, because it looks cool.
Yeah, it looks good.
-10 ergo.
Yeah.
Oh. Did it catch up?
I will not say anything about this picture.
I'm gonna throw out a guess. Is this gonna be the receiver for that integral suppressed AK-545 with like the whole barrel suppressor?
No.
No.
It's something new. Like
it's a big 545 on there.
Yeah, it's like it's a new thing, and it's not like our invention, and it's not like something that we are created or like just came up. It's a real thing that will be available. I don't know when, but it will be available in real life. But
can you give us a hint as to where it's manufactured?
No, not yet.
No.
No. That's again like as I told you before. Still figuring out how to store items correctly without additional clipping.
Okay,
this looks more like the development materials.
Mm-hmm.
I just copied them from the working chats.
So this is like a new pouch, yes.
Yeah, that's an
Customizable.
SMG pouch, and
Yeah.
how like the curved MP5 magazine will be stored, because the straight magazines is pretty okay with it, as you can understand. And we need to we needed to understand how exactly the curved magazine will be stored in this pouch without any clipping. As you can see, okay.
New night vision.
It's a pretty advanced clip on, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a helmet. It's a helmet thermal vision device. Pretty advanced stuff. And like when I saw it, I instantly decided we need to edit in game.
I'm scared.
It's a one eye thing?
It's a one eye, yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
Monocle.
How are you going to represent that on screen, though?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Half your screen thermal, other half not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
like a
blurred
big oval on the
between.
side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chat is trying to guess what's the model of it, but no clue yet.
Oh, scab rig, nice.
Yeah,
like the cheap and shitty scab
love
rig.
the duct tape. I love that.
And the
duct tape.
slickers in there, I love it.
Yeah.
I had to squeeze that water bottle in the pistol pouch.
Is that blood in there, or what is at the bottom? What's he got in there,
ketchup.
dude?
Oh my!
Yeah, I'm still keeping in mind that we will need the mode, maybe in arena, of course, in arena, that you will try to fight with the shittiest gear, shittiest ammo.
Hobo fights.
Like something like fights.
Hobo fights are the best.
They're so fun.
They're way better than meta fights all day, any day of the week.
Yeah.
Still, I don't think this is ketchup, guys.
I don't know what that is, bro. It's very
When-
dark.
You know it's a good fight when it goes to melee, you know? Those are always the most fun.
Oh my god. Okay, moving on. Oh, by the way, Nikita, a little off topic question. I'm pretty sure a lot of people want to know if and when, and if you can get some further info on offline co-op. If it's coming, how's it gonna look? When it's coming?
I will tell the same thing that I told before. It's
Okay.
planned, yes,
Planned, yeah.
and it will be hosted on our servers. So it still will be online experience on our servers, but the game will be these games will not be ranked without any progression.
Okay.
So yeah, we think maybe, I don't know. So of course you can understand that it's an additional servers. A lot of like additional resources will be spent on these servers. Maybe there will be some kind of DLC. Maybe even clan DLC will have an ability to play as offline, like with offline co-op experience. I don't know, like we'll see. So the idea is to have the perfect perfect is a bad word, I think, in terms of servers. Good. Good. Yeah. Good experience with the offline co-op on our servers, because we can make it available through peer-to-peer or something, like LAN networking, because it will be instantly ripped off, and that's it.
Cool.
That's why we will do it on our servers. We will think how it will be. So it's planned for sure, and I don't know when, because again, there is a thing that many of your suggestions and propositions would be real if we will not have, like, if we won't have so many other tasks to do, much more importance level, like much higher importance level. So that's it. Eventually it will be, I hope it will be soon, because eventually is so like term, like it could be, I don't want it to be like in years, because literally I want to make everything for the like final representation and release next year, on the next year. And I don't want to. I can't tell you that the release will be next year, but the next year will be crucial in terms of finalizing the game, and that's our goal. It's pretty rough, and it will be a really hard year. I hope that all of these pandemic things will pass and everything will become okay. But that's our plans for the next year.
Exciting.
Speaking of 1.0, is open world still on the table at the moment, or are you guys getting rid of it?
It's still like we never said no about it. Never said no, and I'm always thinking about the experience could be like tremendous. It will be something that beyond level of understanding of modern online gaming and games in such genre. So it will be really, really cool, especially with such level of detail and features. And right now it's all being blocked, like the future ideas, the future like the actual like plans to start this open world thing is being blocked by Streets of Tarkov location, because Streets of Tarkov is so much overloaded with details. It's huge. I literally like when the guys are showing to me like the progress on the location, I got so excited, and the same level so frightened because it's so much digitalization, and we need to run it perfectly, and we need to, like, for example, they did the dormitory building, like dorms, not dorms on customs, like big dorms inside of the city, and they detailed it like you will see the couple of screenshots, and I just, that means that every building and every room in the city, like hundreds of rooms in the city, will need such amount of details that you did for this particular dorms. And that got me frightened. Like, we need like some kind of miracle. We need some kind of like something that needs to be changed. I don't know how to keep such level of detail and complete this location next year, not in 5 years or 10 years, next year. But we'll see, because we did a great job before, and we have much more artists in the studio for this particular task. I think everything will be okay. Let's hope everything will be okay, and most likely you'll see the progress, and we will start to to boost things up. It's some kind of mechanism of I know what's the mechanism of it. It's a shotgun.
Oh, is this the new smart shotgun?
Yes. There will be another screenshot of it. This is the CQR stock for the AKM. Finally, we'll have it in the game. I know that you like this stock for the AR, and there is actual like stock for the AKM series.
I love the new changes to the Hunter Vepr, by the way.
Oh yeah,
I thought those were really cool. It made it like super exciting to use. Fun.
And they're reasonable priced, right? Like they were cheap enough that everyone could get their hands on it. It
Yeah.
looks really nice. Yeah.
I love the MRO. This is one of my favorite red dots.
I'm waiting for this red dot.
Do you have one coming? I have one on my AK. I love it. It's really nice.
It's really hard to get the Trigicon products in Russia.
Oh really? Yeah, I know. Speaking of red dots, because we spoke on this a bit, when are you guys going to go through and make all of the red dots usable and like not what the frick?
I can't.
Is that Killa?
I think that's Killa's dog, dude.
Actually, we planned to do a an optics overhaul for 12.9, and we'll see. Maybe it will be in 12.9 or many of us thinks that after 12.9 there will be 13, and actually it's not. After 12.9 will be 12.10.
12.91.
Can you tell us what the subtitles say?
I'll say in Russian "Есть чё?" In English, like "What do you got?" What do you got? So this picture was sent to a chat, working chat related to weapons and weapon modification modeling, and our team lead didn't receive any response from the outsourced team, and he just sent these pictures like, "What do you got? What do you got?"
Oh my god.
Dog scavs coming soon.
Yeah. Now this might be the new shot.
That would be terrifying, actually.
So this shotgun will have the thermal sight. So the butt plate of it, as you can see, will have a screen, and there will be low resolution, low latency, a high latency thermal imaging scope, the thermal imaging device. So this will be like the shotgun with the special ability to see.
Is the team still working on more thermals? I know the community is split on thermals in the game at the moment. So how are you and the team feeling about adding more thermals? Because I know that was the plan.
We have a lot of model thermals, and right now we don't have like a priority to add them, because again, I have an idea to add all of them at once and do a total rebalance to have different kind of thermals, but I don't know. So the thermals is a game changer. It's not like a game changer, it's a life changer, because modern like combat, modern war right now, it's all about drones and thermals, and that's it. If you have thermals or drones, you will have a superiority. Of course, if you have a like reactive artillery and stuff, you will have a much more. Always AC 130, you will have like much more superiority on the battlefield. But in game, it's kind of the same. So if you have thermals, you will have much more chances to survive. And
I think adding a stim in game that just is like cold-blooded, basically removes your thermal signature for like a couple minutes with some downsides and call it a day.
Oh, God.
And then obviously make thermals rare. Because I mean, you have a lot of stims, you could always add more. And if there's gonna be a lot of thermals.
Actually, I will write this.
I mean, we have stims that make us like run 1,000,000 miles an hour and carry 100 kilos. Why can't we have one that makes our body cool?
Mm-hmm. So this is the screenshot of what I told you about, like the digitalization of indoors locations on the streets of Tarkov. Guys made a lot of things already, like several buildings fully, the grocery store, like big amount, like big area, like on the street itself. But again, like the digitalization is, I think it's over detailed, and the guys need to take a make something less detailed, because again, there is a lot of room, a lot of buildings to work on, and we just need to understand do we have some time or not.
That's a very scary looking hall. I'm just imagining getting killed from every angle.
Come here, boy, you want some tushaka?
Yeah.
This is awesome. Nikita, can you tell us a little bit about what it is? Which map?
It's as I said, it's a dormitory building on the streets of
Streets of Tarkov. Okay.
Yeah, like it's I think it's 4-story building. It's like a maze. It's not like directly connected. It's to get on the specific areas of this building, you will need to understand actually how to get it through different levels, through different stores. Like it's like a separate location. It could be a separate location in the game, and it's just a one building. It's just a one building. It's not big actually, because we will have the business center and hotel. It's the same dormitory building. Like you see, like the detailing is different, and it's all in some kind of unique style, and it's pretty balanced in terms of visuals. Guys are maniacs. I think they always like they I don't know, I think they started to work on their portfolio. I don't know, to just make screenshots and it's like, oh, we made this location for the EFT. And yeah, there's only 2 screenshots. I have much more screenshots, and we will show you later, maybe a video. And it feels like a different game actually, especially when you just roaming around. It's more like, I don't know, Resident Evil kind of game, like some kind of spooky thing.
I'm so excited for Woods. I'm so excited for Woods. It looks so good.
How many players on the streets of Tarkov? We plan to add much more players than in the usual location.
You'll be in raid longer too on streets, right?
Yeah.
So that'll be like a cool little like smaller sample of what it might be like to have that open world kind of vibe, you know?
Yes.
So that'll be really cool and exciting.
Because like the idea, that's not like an idea, it's a reality. You will get lost on streets of Tarkov.
Yeah.
Because so much places to visit, and so many things. Like there will be, for example, the area fortified auto, how to say it, like the place where sell cars, where people sell cars, like auto
dealership,
yeah, auto dealership. That like it's fortified building, with there will be a unique boss hold up in there, and it will be pure how to say it, like you will need to storm this fortified buildings, and it will not be like he will behave, this boss will behave not like typical boss. He will like try to protect and hold this location, so it will be a pretty interesting.
He's a car salesman, the boss, you said, or
he
like a disgruntled car salesman.
In background, he's just a goon. He will be like a fat guy with the RPD machine gun, with a lot
to get my sales.
With a lot of guards, like I think 8 or 10 guards, all of them like holding up the different like defensive position with the machine guns and AGS grenade launchers. So it will be really hard to actually storm this location, and there will be a lot of loot in there. And it's big, and it has like sniper positions and all on the streets, and it's just 2% of the location, like
cool
location. So I don't know. Let's like best of luck to us to make it real. It will be like something that you will never see in any other game. I can promise you that for sure.
I mean, there's already so much in Tarkov that's in no other game. EFT is like incredibly complex and does so many things that no other game has ever done before. So you already have that going on.
Yeah, but it's always a good thing to make some new boundaries, some new levels to breach.
with streets being so big, how are you guys optimizing it right now? Because it's already like some maps are already kind of lag spikes because of all the detail and everything. How are you guys going about doing that for
the streets of Tarkov is like a pretty understandable location for the optimization process, because it's blocks. You can cut them, you can make the occluders and stuff, so it's easier to actually occlude things behind the walls. So again, I don't know, like it will be a challenge, of course. It will be a challenge, but all of the challenges that we encountered we passed them, and we did it. We did a good job. So again, I'm still believing that everything will be done properly. Especially the Unity team, they know what exactly are we trying to achieve with this location, and they will help us as much as they can to help us like run this location really well. And of course, it means that all other locations will be optimized in the same way. So optimization techniques for this location will bring, like, we will use these optimization techniques on other locations that we have. That's an idea. And let's let's hope like everything will go fine, because usually again for the like to have something fixed properly and to have something optimized, we need like people to do it, and these people usually busy on different kind of issues and stuff, like networking stuff and bugs, and they can't even make some new features just because they must fix the game every single time after the patch. So like it's pretty non-linear process. Like it's not like you can't predict things, and you can't say that okay, let's make the patch on January or February 10th, and it will be totally like precise date. No, always something went wrong. For example, like the community could whine so much about some feature that we implemented that needs to be like
wait system
or redone or something, like, or we can some of the players could like encounter some kind of bug or like really bad like glitch or something, and again it needs to be fixed, and really fast. That's why it breaks the process, and always not a good thing. I actually told this many times, so I think it's pretty obvious. And let's talk about something else. For example, let's announce Twitch rivals. How do you think?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So we have a picture. Do we have a picture?
Yes. Loaded. You can go ahead.
Pog.
So there will be new rivals. It will be based on bingo. As you remember, it's pretty interesting and fun thing to have a bingo within the Escape from Tarkov random gameplay, and the information about it will flow shortly. It's a competition between streamers, and you guys will have an ability to receive drops with lots of cool stuff, and it will be fun. Last time Twitch Rivals with the bingo scheme was really fun. Actually, I enjoyed it very much because it was really fun to watch, and with all of this challenging and competitive feel, it was really cool. And I think most of you guys who are with me right now, you guys streamers like Clean and Aqua, will be participating in this Twitch Rivals thing. Yes?
Yeah,
Yes.
it was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun
Yeah.
last time too, because it makes you, the bingo thing makes you play the game in like a different way. You gotta like just think about how everything a little differently. I thought that was cool.
You have to optimize every single raid, which was pretty interesting. Instead of being
Yeah.
like, I don't care about this one.
A
So
lot
throw
of
away,
planning
right?
ahead. Yeah.
Yeah.
So as you can see, it's like 4 days till we'll start this event. Let's hope everything will be fine. And that's it. That was an announcement of Twitch Rivals. Let's see how it will go. I think there will be some like really interesting stuff to watch. Okay. What should we talk about more?
I have a question. People might freak out about this. But yeah, you know, if this is a touchy subject, I apologize in advance. But in-game voice, I've been so curious about this.
It's
I've
not.
talked about every podcast.
Do okay.
Every podcast. It's desync, VoIP, cheaters, and wipe. Every
All right.
podcast.
I redact the question.
Okay, I can answer it again. For some moments,
Nikita's head was down for that.
No. Okay.
You know, he was adding like a notch.
Aqua's out of the Rivals event.
For the last couple of times, I just said that I'm afraid to add it because I don't know it will break the immersion. I think
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, we will add it for sure. We can that ETS that we launched not so much time ago. We have an ability to test things, and the ETS servers will be a platform for testing different kind of things. For example, all of this like ground shaking and stuff like remove secured containers, remove traders, remove flea market. We can test it on these ETS servers without any problems. And we will make VoIP, we'll add it in game, we will see how it will go. If it will break immersion, then we'll remove it. So it's like it was planned in 0.11 or something, but we are moved it further and further and further, and it's like Compass actually. But at some moment we decided like we can't just move things, like move Compass further. We need to make it. So I think the situation with VoIP will be the same. We will just make it, I think, sometime close next year for sure, and we will see how it will be. And that's it.
Cool.
Thanks. I was just wondering if there's any more thought on it. Just with like a map like Streets of Tarkov, or if you do like an open world situation, VoIP might like really change how people play the game. Like there could be like in-raid trading, robberies, like I don't know. It's just like
there's a lot of potential for really cool interaction, and also like really bad interaction.
Yeah, no, it could go either way.
But it's a double-edged sword.
It is, yeah. I had to ask. I'm so sorry. I'll be quiet the rest of the podcast.
I personally like really want to test things out with VoIP because VoIP is a natural for many games, and if we will remove all of the negative effects about it, it's a pretty interesting feature that will allow you to socialize more within the game, and it's important, especially when we have some kind of survival elements in the game. And if we will have long raids, and the experience could be like really cool and really interesting. Like you can just like imagine if we'll have the specific game mode for the arena, which start in this dorms location on the streets of Tarkov. You have only shittiest gear and the shotgun, and the idea is to survive cultist waves, for example. And this like building has 5 players. They don't know anything about themselves, but you need to cooperate somehow and survive. A totally different kind of game, like a survival horror or something. And you need to cooperate with the VoIP. It could be really interesting. It could be like a separate thing that will bring a lot of attention, a lot of players in. And like many players want VoIP. Many players don't want a VoIP. But still, like it's not a problem for us to add and check how it will be. If it will be like cancerous thing in the game, okay, we'll just remove it or make like temporarily I switched off by default or something. And we'll see. Like the idea to have it like it's totally okay. Especially it could like really make changes on the gameplay, especially role playing gameplay.
With Woods becoming so much bigger, you said 2 times to 2.5 times more bigger. Are you guys going to be upping the player count in that map?
Most likely, yes. Yes. I will note this down. I think it's planned, but I will check.
Will we be able to hit like a kilometer snipe on New Woods potentially? really long snipes.
The thing is that the other parts of woods, it's pretty, how to say it, it's not like flat environment. It's more like bumpy, rocky environments, and I don't know, will have a much open space to actually snipe a lot. But I think there will be some high points on the rocks, and you will have an ability to see everything. And maybe, I don't know about the kilometer, but something near could be possible in terms of sniping. So yeah.
So I have a question that I always argue with some of my community members about. Are you guys fixing where you can get up to sniper scav?
You can get up there right now.
No, I know, but with the new woods update, are they going to be blocking off that you can't get up there anymore? Because you can only get up there if you...
Actually, I don't know exactly, but I think this, like I just told you about this high points, high elevation points.
Yeah.
They will be explorable. So
yes, so we can go up on the mountain and not have to like do weird jumping. That'll be cool. Sweet.
I like that. That's fair for everyone, because if you kill someone right now, if in sniper spot, not everyone knows how to go get that gear. Like 90% of the time, your gear is safe. But if there's just like a way everyone knows to get on top, I think that's fair for everyone.
I kind of see it like Dome. It's like when you're up on Dome, like you can see the whole map, but the whole map can also see you.
Yeah,
you know, it's a pretty fair trade. You can also get up and get that gear without having to have like level 10 strength or whatever.
What if you made it so paracord allows you to get up somewhere like that?
Like an actual rock climbing minigame would be pretty cool. Like actually taking the pick and like going.
No,
up
like
and,
only certain players who are prepared have.
Yeah,
I think that could be cool. Yeah, like if you come prepared, you can get up there.
That'd be pretty dope. I agree. The 5-head idea.
So many things we can add in the game still. Like I think there's always will be something that it will be good idea to grow vegetables on the resort. Why not? Yeah.
Yeah, I got a
got hatchlings out there with seeds in their pockets, like trying to grow potatoes.
So
Daisy actually has all of this. You can grow stuff.
How much are you expanding the hideout? Like, I know you guys want to add more stuff to that. Are you guys planning on expanding it quite a bit bigger, or just change some stuff around?
We plan to add new zones for it, like different new zones to, like, for example, to train physical skills or something, like some kind of gym. And also we want to expand the shooting range to have like more distance and has interactable things like changeable targets, like moving targets and stuff, to have more ability to train within your hideout. And also, like, the idea, we want to have all of the major updates, for example, like clan DLC or something. It will be like the area in your hideout, so you will need to break walls and see, actually you had a much bigger room behind the wall of your hideout. You need to, like, again, make some construct some new areas related to the new clan management system and stuff. So we want to have this idea to hideout being linked closely to every aspect in the game, especially like with the trading and quests and stuff. So it will be like your base of operations. And when it will be?
Soon TM.
Soon TM, yeah. Like next year, I think the most questions, your questions about when this thing or that thing will be in the game, most likely it will be next year.
Cool.
So, what should we left?
Okay, I'm reading a question a friend of mine sent me. So, is there a chance you'll ever make a level cap or lock labs behind a level, certain level? So you can't join the map until you're like 30 or 20 or something like that?
It's possible actually, but possible just before we will make that thing that I described, that you will need to actually enter the lab's location from the Streets of Tarkov location. So there will be no additional option to like just enter location with lobby. You will need to enter Streets of Tarkov, find an entrance to the lab location, and then transfer to it. And if you like was on the labs and escaped from labs, you will be spawned on Streets of Tarkov. You will need to escape Streets of Tarkov too, and it could filter things more. And I don't know how it will be, but at least it sounds interesting.
Well,
when you go.
No,
I was gonna say when you add that though, is it going to be different raids? So like when you go into Streets of Tarkov and then you go into labs and then you come out of labs, is it the same Streets of Tarkov you originally went into, or is it a totally different? Like,
actually, I don't know.
Okay.
Really, I don't know how it will be, because again, the idea is pretty like simple and understandable, but we need to figure out how we can make it technically, and it could be a problem because we just can't hold the server waiting for you, because it will be too expensive for us. Most likely it will be some kind of approximation. Maybe it will be another server, like you was like for a long period of time in this labs, and you like came back right after several hours or something, and you see like everything is changed, something like this.
I foresee people.
I mean, I think if it's just like a new raid, you don't have to worry about campers, because like if you do spawn into another raid, people just sit there and wait, like, oh, somebody's gonna spawn right there. But if it's a brand new raid, it would work just like everything else. So
yeah, but again, they will still be trying to spawn camp people, because
isn't that more of a spawn issue though than it is like a transferring raid issue?
That's why it will not be like just one enter to labs. It will be several entrances. They will be different, maybe even randomized, and you will have additional entrance on the factory location. You will have additional entrance on interchange. So there will be different like approaches how to enter labs and how to exit labs. So different exits on labs will bring you to different locations.
I see.
So I think it will be pretty randomized, and for the most of the time it will like solve the issue with the spawn killing. But I don't know, it's just like concept, so it still needs to be done, especially with this transfers players. Like if you're playing with the team, you need to transfer all of the team to the new location, to the new server, like synchronize them. Like it could be like a pretty challenging task.
And what about
you brought up?
Oh, sorry, dude.
No.
Okay, no, I just wanted to ask about like, say you have a full backpack, full of loot from labs. Will there be like a proxy storage that you can store the stuff in before you go and loot Streets of Tarkov? Because no. Oh, okay.
You will need
you have to like, yeah.
But again, there will be an option to transfer your loot with the car, with the vehicle. Like vehicle extract will be working as
a dead drop.
Yeah, I'm guessing you're planning like a multiple number of locations for that, or just one on streets.
What?
Are there going to be multiple cars, multiple dead drop locations, or just one?
Yes, it could be even just like a manhole.
Yeah,
you just drop items in there, like, and that's it. Okay. So yeah, like
throwing shit down a sewer hole. It's like I hope it gets back to my stash.
We'll have like pretty unique features that we don't have in any other location. I will not tell you about them because I don't want to make like early statements and early like say something and it will not be in the game and for some reason. So, but if everything will go well, like Streets of Tarkov, I think it will be the most interesting location to play, and there will be a challenge task to actually how to keep old location playable when you have such a big and cool location. Maybe Streets of Tarkov will have only 2 or 5 FPS max, and you will need to play other locations because you will have better FPS on them. It's a joke, but who knows?
Oh,
you brought up. Oh, sorry.
I interrupted you again. I just wanted to say that. Go.
Oh, sorry. You brought up spawn points on maps, and that is a hot button topic with definitely the whole community right now. Are you guys trying to rework some spawns on different maps right now?
Yes, it's also kind of related to a total overhaul or rebalancing thing, because it needs to be like redesigned for sure, because it's still we have it's less than before, but it still has like an issues of close spawning and not protected spawning. We need to like work on this. So yeah, like every single patch we try to fix some spawns on different locations. For example, we fixed kinda reserve spawns, we added more spawns in the ground, like beneath the ground, to like dissolve players a little. We will do the same for the other locations, and it could bring the additional expansions of them too. That's like kind of plan for this.
Okay, I see a lot of people asking about cultists, but as far as I know, and correct me if I'm wrong, but there won't be any further information about them. Yeah.
No information.
As far as I know, they're just going to show up in the game, and you're going to be surprised. So,
yeah,
who's stabbing me in hallway in dark dorms right now? Like, I'm poisoned all of a sudden. What happened?
Yeah.
We no, I can tell you.
Oh man,
so close. We're so close.
You can remember, just like we have the models of them, like screenshots of models and stuff, like, and that's it. Nothing will be added more. Like, let's wait for them to come into the game. That's it. Vector. Chris Vector will be in 12.9. It's for sure.
Oh, cool.
Two versions with 45 caliber, 9mm caliber. 2 versions.
Scar.
What?
Scar H, Scar L.
Scar not. It will not be in 12.9, but I think 12.10.
Nice.
Showing maps. Smoke grenades rework. Yes. Plant. MCX. Yes.
A question about the MCX. Is it going to be 5.56 or 300 blackout, or both?
300
blackout. Will that mean that we'll get 300 blackout barrels for M4 TX15?
Like, we wanted to make this conversion kits, but it will require a lot of coding, so we decided just to make standalone versions. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
What about Karma, Diki?
What gun do you want added next, Nikita? Like, what's a gun that, like, maybe not isn't worked on yet, but something that you want in the game?
Like, sure, I don't know. Like, so many guns already in the game. I don't know. Like, maybe some specific stuff. Maybe some more modern version, like MCX, for example. It's pretty interesting gun for me.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
I don't know. Like, I don't have any particular weapons. I want AK-12 and AK-15.
What's an AK-15?
AK-15 is a 7.62x39. AK-12.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Revolver and the same questions all over the place. Desert Eagle.
Revolvers would be really cool.
Revolvers, like we teased them 2 years ago.
Yeah, Chapaya Rhino. Where is that thing? And the revolver rifle in 308.
Yeah, like we need to add like the revolver feature, the
It's
mechanic.
like unique programming.
Yeah, and also there is a huge thing as like malfunction and overheating. It's still the major feature of the game. It was planned for 12.8. It was planned for 12.9, and it will not be in 12.9 because it's so much work to do, and it's just like too much for the team right now. Because as I said before, we need to like complete things just before the end of this year and have a pretty calm end of the year. Because like,
you guys crunched for the last 2 years in a row. Like around December, you guys like were working from home. You guys were like sleeping in the studio, and it's good to hear that you guys are actually going to be able to like chill out at the end of this year and not be crunching.
I understand that the people demand more content, more fixes and stuff. As I can read the comments, some of them are pretty rude actually, but it's totally okay for me. I'm in the industry for 10 years. This year was like 10 years for myself making games, starting from Contract Wars and now EFT. I made Contract Wars for 5 years and EFT for 5 years, and it's not
You're
like
ready for a break.
Yeah, I'm ready for a break, and I'm ready for like new stuff. And actually, the funny thing is, like, just for the preparation for today's podcast, I saw a Russian like group, Russian community in VK, and they just write not some kind of bingo, like that you watch some show and you have bingo, like typical words that he will say or something. And they kind of made a list of things that I will say. And actually, I will read this list. So the first thing in that list is, we hate cheaters and we ban them every day. Correct. The release will be, but I don't know when. Totally correct. The patch is soon. Correct. The Streets of Tarkov is too soon. Is soon too. Not correct. New weapon soon. Yes. We know about every bug and every issue, and we thinking about how to fix them. And if we don't know about any bugs, we will know about them shortly. People are working. People working. So correct. Like, we know everything that needs to be fixed, and will be fixed, and we will fix it eventually. The next thing is questionable. I will like not say this. There will be no perfect balance in the game. This is realism, but we will nerf the Golden Star Balm.
Thank you. You probably know about this, but I often buy like 41 or 51 of things by accident when I'm trying to like type in how many of something I want.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a bug that you're concerned about or know about?
It's a quality of life change, I think. So.
Okay. It's my own fault for not being careful. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but we can make some kind of dialogue. Like, if you try to buy a lot of things, like it will pop up. Are you sure that you want to buy 105,000? No duct tape. The next statement is like, the game has only 30% of content, and we will make everything eventually. Not 30%. I think 55%. And the next thing, that they will forget about sniping, and most likely something will be a DLC, etc., etc. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. sniping. Yes, it's actually the big amount of changes in sniping and like different kind of things like weather conditions, like influencing on the bullets and winds and stuff will be planned in this DLC, and this DLC, like, it will bring all of this feature for everybody. So, like, the different kind of update related to sniping. I don't know when, of course. And the last thing is, I'm so tired making Tarkov. I want something new. For example, the Cucumber Adventures. That's what they wrote.
That's funny.
Cucumber Adventures. Yeah. I can't tell like it's right or wrong, but a little. Yes, a little. When I think that I'm so retired, it's always about some good and positive players' reactions, because it's always a good thing for us and for myself to keep on going, to see that, especially when the newcomers starting to play EFT and they are so excited, like the first time, like, oh my god, so cool, and they describe some basic features that was in the game for 4 years already, and it's pretty cool actually, because it means that the game all is all right. It's still, and I know that how many time left and how many, like, some of you playing the game from the start, from that moment that the game was only about, I don't know what, like one location and several helmets and that's it, and a couple of weapons.
Poor Caver meta. Good old days.
So for you guys who play a lot, it's like the part of life too, and for us, it's for myself especially, it's a big part of life, and I just want to. I just want to make it, like, you know, to finally make it and have this kind of like achievement. Yeah, like achievement. They completed something, finally completed something. Yeah. But it's just about myself. Like, I know
it's getting there.
Yeah. And let's hope next year will be pretty positive and efficient to complete all the stuff and be ready to tell when exactly the game will be released. And it will be really good, I think. Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
With today's patch, you guys nerfed like that glitch with strafing, and I know some people were really excited because it looked like you were nerfing strafing. Are you guys still wanting to get rid of the bunny hopping and the strafing, kind of how it is right now?
No. Like also these things related to movement, they are also kind of in the same bunch of stuff that I described. It seems to be balanced, maybe removed, or reward somehow. So it's all related to like questionable mechanics. I know that people are trying to tell in the chat like add inertia. Like, we have 4 types of inertia that we want to add in the game. 4 types, different types, and to test this in the ETS servers. So we want to add inertia in the game, and we will not be in time before like the end of this year, but it's planned, and we will see how it will be in the game. So I know that many of you are asking about add inertia in game, and different. We will like take a different approaches. For example, it will be not just a simple inertia like acceleration of your character. It will be some kind of this, like, so to avoid AD spamming, like when the player starting to move rapidly.
Playing Pong.
Yeah. Like, make such kind of move, like he will start to move his body and then he will go. So if you press AD, he will just do like this and he will not move. But if you'll continue to press A, he will like lean a little and then it will start to strafe. It will be looking natural, and we kind of tested it on the range. So this is the idea, to have like dynamic, ready to go position in terms of different sites, and it could be like the perfect thing for the EFT. So it will look realistic and will represent some kind of like realistic behavior of your character. And of course, there will be like simple approach, like just event inertia and deceleration, and we'll see. Also, people asking about. I think better not read the chat actually.
Something that I'm actually kind of curious about is because you talked about a lot of balancing, economy, weapons, meds, armor, all that kind of stuff. A lot of that can be done without requiring new programming, right? Like you can just go change the values on like armor movement speed or recoil, stuff like that.
A lot of things could be done already, like simply within the parameters that we have, all of the stuff. Like we have, when we started to create EFT, there was a kind of initial, I don't know how to say it, initial state, initial position, just make tasks with the most amount of parameters getting outside. I don't know how to say it, like
a development streamline, like having good tools to work
like
things easily,
to tweak without any rebuild. And
okay.
That's why we can change nearly everything. We can change like a lot of things related to character behavior, health conditions, like chances of fractures, chances of different blood losses. So many things could be changed, and that's why it's actually will be really easy for us to make a iteration
rebalance.
No, it's like iterational changes, and we will upload it to ETS to test. So, for example, we will make like player movement changes, upload it to ETS. You will be able to test it. We will make weapon rebalance. We will give all the ETS testers all the weapons and stuff, all the a lot of money. They will be able to test it with the new parameters. So the idea to change everything, change like a lot of things.
Now that ETS is in it too, I think that's going to help a ton with initial patch releases. Just not having those like, oh, how did the devs not notice this bug type stuff? With new updates.
Right now we're still like trying to polish things in the process of ETS servers testing, because ETS testers most of the part just playing the game, and that's it. So their reports are not, some of them are really helpful, some of them are not. And for those who are like participating in ETS servers, it's not about early like experimental playing or something. It's about helping the game get fixes, get balancing changes before they will hit the major audience, because not everybody ready for changes, not everybody like ready for critical bugs that we encounter like right after patch uploads. So that's why we need to test it before the stable branch.
Epic.
So I think it's almost 2 hours.
Yeah,
Good.
Just a little over.
Yeah.
Yeah, like lots of things being said, and if you have any ideas, any suggestions, feel free to contact, to write, make a videos, make a content, like make a post on different media that you're got used to it, and it's always a good thing to have an ideas that you think pretty important in terms of make the game better and more interesting, especially from you guys who played a lot. So thank you, I guess, for your
Thank you.
efforts.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Dedication. Thank you very much, and thank you guys who was in chat. Like a lot of people waiting for drops. Don't be mad if the drops was not okay or you didn't receive any drops. It's not my cause actually. It's somewhere somewhat I don't know how to say it. So it's somebody else. Yeah, and it's still we have time till the end of this year, and there will be some new information for you about the game for sure. And of course 12.9, it's not bad patch. It's like good and solid one, with the woods expansion and new weapons, new gear and stuff. So let's wait for it and hope that everything will go okay. Do you have something to add, guys? Maybe something.
Is Woods before 12.9 still? Because you said Woods and New Year.
I think we will like polish it, test it, and release in 12.9.
Oh, okay.
I hate to be a annoying question guy, but Pestily, this is his fault, not mine. Keeps messaging me asking the final question. When's the wipe? It's Pestily? It's not me. It was him. Don't get mad at me. I'm just a messenger.
Wipe. I can tell you when. If you think that it will be in 12.9, to most likely you are mistaken. Because I don't know. Like we need to add something more. We need to think about it. Like, and we don't want to actually say something about wipe because it's always the same. Every single time when we say like, okay, there will be wipe, like the people stop playing the game and starting to be, I don't know how to say it.
Maybe
Like,
just surprise us with a wipe.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting. Just surprise
Christmas
us.
present.
We are not
Yeah.
doing the wipe for the 12.9, so relax and so yeah, like just relax. Like it could be short. I don't know. It could be like somewhere near because again, there is things that we want to test, but we have ETS servers, and that means that it's not actually needed for us to make the vibes so often to test things because we have an ETS. We can test things over there, and don't be like don't think about that. That it will be like it's logical or something to have vibes soon.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pestily.
Let's wait for 12.9, and that's it.
Sounds good.
You guys have something to add? Should we wrap it up? Aqua, another one of your questions.
I've asked enough.
Perhaps.
I'm good. I've really.
Okay.
Nikita, I'm so sorry.
Let's wrap it
It's
up.
okay.
First of all, I want to thank everybody who joined. I hope you guys got some cool items from the drops. Hope you had a good time. And of course, thank you to all the streamers. And of course, Nikita for taking the time to do this podcast. As always, it was a pleasure. I think there was a lot of good info today. Some repeated stuff from before, some leaks, some new things. But overall, hope you guys had a good time, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
Thank you again.
Thanks
Thanks
guys.
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
for hosting Fair.
Of
Thank you
course,
very much.
always,
I'm
You guys
always
Thanks,
next
Fair.
time.
yeah, I'm always forget to thank you about like every podcast with streamers with
No, it's my
like
pleasure, man.
yeah, thank you very much. I know that you are like I saw your videos about your airsoft things. It's really cool. Like I'm really happy for you that you try things, and that it's always a good thing for everybody that I respect, and that you're like not only about something but try to like do as much as possible.
Believe it or not, it actually helped me understand some things about the game itself. You know?
Yeah, that's the thing about myself. Like I started to go to the range really often, and with all of this gear and weapons in real life, I understood that it's like simple things, like some of the optics, some of the weapon parts.
Yeah.
Like they feel the same,
or just the basic stuff, like holding your gun up for
and
X amount of minutes.
Right now, like the rebalance process of the game could bring a lot of interesting changes, and I can assure you that if there will be more, like it's for sure there will be a lot of changes to the game, balancing changes that I told you before, and the game will feel different. The game will feel and it will be not like a different game, but I think it will be more hardcore. And I know that dedicated players who try to play the game and who started to play this game because of this hardcore thing, all of these changes will bring more hardcore in the game, and hopefully remove all the questionable mechanics and discount stuff, and will be more solid in many different ways. And things will be changed. Mythos will be changed for sure, because, for example, just a simple thing, the weapon loadouts, like the meta stuff, will be removed. So right now we all know that you can make the weapon build that will be so efficient, but it will look like shit, and it will nothing
meta weapon.
Mm-hmm. We will this, and to
these
make
huge cannons that people bring in raids, nobody uses those.
Yeah, but again, it will be possible with the addition of durability issues like troubleshooting and stuff, and
nice.
Even magazines will have chances to malfunction, so it will not be just different skins or something. It will be different types of magazine that will behave differently and have different chances of malfunctions. It will be interesting and cool, of course, and it will be the perfect time to come back into the game. I don't know,
definitely.
When we are all together, I'm pretty sure that most of you guys already will participate in this to rebalance the game properly and to add your ideas in this pool of future changes. The game will feel differently, and it will be a perfect time. I don't know when, but next year, I think, to come back in the game and feel the difference. That's it. So thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Just to wrap it up, I know 2020 has been pretty shitty for